Well, hello. Welcome to YouPickGaming's Wildspace. This is Ryan speaking. How may I direct? So, everyone, we're in session 3 of this series. Normally, I just kind of like jump into things, and I like doing that. But I realize that I'm just it's probably mostly anxiety driven, and really, what I should be doing is making some time to pump up our other shows and games that we have going on this channel. Sean, you want to tell about some of your things that you've got running at the moment? Just like days, times, kind of the basic idea of what they are and why people should tune in to your amazingness.
Hi, people. I'm Sean. No, yeah. So we have. I run two of the games on the channel. We have a Survivors Complex on Saturdays, which you can come out and watch. We stream at 5:00 Central Time or 5:00 Eastern Time. God, what's time zone?
It's at 5:30 Eastern Time.
It has been a long day. 5:30 Eastern Time.
10:30 UK time.
Every Saturday. So come check us out. I also run a game called Wonderworld, which is a cipher system RPG. We're doing like superhero stuff. Super exciting. We've done a couple sessions of it. We kind of had some issues last week, but we're looking to have another session pretty soon. So come check us out. We do that at 7:00 Eastern time, 4:00 Pacific. So you can come watch us there
on Tuesdays.
Yeah, totally on the spot there. Thank you for the heads up, Ryan. Appreciate it. Survivors Complex is D&D. I didn't say that before, but it's 5e D&D. You should check it out.
I think that you all should check it out because I got an opportunity, or I had the opportunity rather, to play with the Survivors Complex and their campaign for a couple sessions, and it was a lot of fun. Sean is an incredible DM, and the players they've got going on are also incredibly talented, and it's very easy to bounce off of them. It's going to be a good time. I know it is. So, switching gears. Where we last left off with our humble party, who just completely raffle stomped a group of people that were way over leveled for what they're ready for. It's worded that not so great, but where we last left off, actually, Alex, your notes were really, really good. Alex OMG.
Yep.
Vincent, your notes were really good. How about you just briefly recap kind of what happened last session, and then we'll go get started.
Sure. So, Pace died, RIP. Gwen became a werewolf, and Rosh supernova to kill those guys that we raffle stomped. Frost Giant showed up bearing the insignia of the song. He cleaned up the rat corpses, said we could claim a bounty on them, but then he went and claimed the bounty himself, so we're going to have words with him. The rat dudes are gridwalkers, which basically means they have magitech and can teleport wherever they dang well please, as long as there's a ley line. The leader of the song, Uriel, does not like them, and so, well, we'll get to that. Crystallim's friend Hickrus said that maybe this shady figure called the Domino might be able to help us with Pace. Pace and Bolster gave us their backstory about why she died. We went to go to the Ass Palace. This lovely little noodle lady sneezed on me, and I tried to clean it off. She was upset by that. We got to the Ass Palace and stuck out like sore thumbs at this party that was going on. Uriel, who is probably some kind of monster, wants the technology from the Gridwalker so she can teleport around and stuff. The aforementioned Ice Giant already claimed the bounty on the dudes we killed, so there will be something happening there. Then this waiter who was there decided to reveal that they weren't a waiter and were actually an eye of the Domino, and noticed that one of us was sporting a little trinket saying, hey, we're looking for the Domino. And so when we ended, this not waiter, Seema, took us to talk to this big, smoky, spooky face. And that's where we left off.
Thank you for doing that, buddy. I appreciate that. Did anyone have anything to add to that? It seemed pretty conclusive, but there might have been something that stuck out to you. No?
No, that was great.
Okay.
That was awesome.
All right. So, the 6 of you are in this room that is roughly 15 by 15, let's say. All along the floors, walls, and ceilings, there is a blanket of smoke, it looks like a shroud that just completely covered all of the interior of this room that you were in. Where the door was is now currently covered in this shroud, but before it was covered, you did hear an audible click. As from the smoke, a face appears, breaking through the smoke, made of metal, made of random ship parts that have cobbled together to some sort of facsimile of this face, like fuselage and wires, like turning into this like weird eyes grinning. This just kind of comes together and molds, being pulled out of the wall, and then glances over your wall and asks you in a loud, grating voice, what do you seek?
We seek aid with one of our fallen comrades. We have been led to believe that you may be able to assist us in that regard, and we understand that such assistance will not be free, and we are ready and able to provide services as you see fit to recompense us in this matter.
And this loud voice kind of growls that fills the room, and then kind of the face kind of breaks apart a little bit, and kind of a shadowy silhouette steps out of the mouth. Well, if we are going to negotiate, and perhaps it is time for the voice to speak. What is it that you want?
One of our allies fell in battle, and we do not currently have the means to return them to life.
I see. So you are merely looking for some sort of resource? Some sort of cast spells and brings them back from the brink?
Yes, someone who is able to provide us with resurrection services.
Yeah. The Domino knows of many such entities that can help you in this regard. What is it you offer in return?
Sort of look around at the group and said, well, we've already proven that we can handle gridwalkers, so we are quite adept at combat situations, but there are those among us who have other strengths if you're looking for a more subtle solution to other problems.
I see. Well, as it so happens, there are different services that we could use. Allow me to think. And the kind of shadow slowly turns towards Gwen. Say, you are a Divergent Knight, are you not?
I am.
Well, there are many monsters that lurk here within the shadows. Some of whom I would very much appreciate to be removed from this rock. Is that something that perhaps you could offer?
It is what I do.
Then let me consider other options as well. There's also certain things about each of you individuals that might prove to be of some interest to me. For example, you, the one they call Crystallum.
Yes.
You were a member of the crew of the Athos Apprentice, were you not?
Correct.
This is also useful. And the shadow turns towards Russia. He's like, I do not know what you are. And that is very interesting to me.
Well, I don't know what you are either, so it goes both ways. Does the smoke thing happen all the time? Because I don't like it.
Well, where there's fire, he nods towards you. He's like, it is a bad joke. But yes, no, as if this smoke, this is a part of, this is just my way of making sure that our conversation is private and just between the head count 7 of us.
Then why don't you come out and speak with us face to face then, and put away with all the subterfuge?
This is not something that I'm able to do, unfortunately. It is my presence there is not safe for me. I'm sure you can understand, especially in a place such as this.
The problem is that I don't.
Well, you are new to the city. You will learn soon enough. But let's see. There's a problem that I have at the moment. Did not expect us to go over this at this moment, but there's a monster that lurks here that seems to attack me in the shadows. It has removed many eyes and many hands from the Domino, leaving very little behind except for the pieces here and there. It is quite unsettling. We are not exactly sure where they come from, but we know they are close by. Some sort of monster striking, usually in the shadow. I can point you to a few spots where they have struck, and you may be able to pick up their trail from there. If you can find and destroy this monster, then I have several contacts within the Anchorage that owe the Domino favors. Or in other cases, I have leverage over them, and they can be coerced to help you. Whichever, it seems to be available at the moment of your return.
Up for a monster hunt, Gwen?
Always.
Well, this seems like the best plan we have so far, so I'm happy to accept your proposal. Everyone else?
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. Then I will point to you in the way that you must go. It is not very far from here, just in Low Town. There's also a street that is quite close to a kind of shoddy tavern there. It is known as Jin's. Just go there and you should be able to, in the alleyway behind, there's a scene of where one of my eyes went missing. Plucked, as they say. But, is there not any other business that I can help you out with at this moment? But this is much quicker than normal, because normally there's negotiating over prices and everything, so I do have a little bit of time.
I think this is all that we require from you at this point, though we will, of course, keep you in mind as a favorable business partner in the future if our path finds our way here again.
Certainly. Now, I don't normally do this. This is not a, how you say, the normal, my normal go-to phrases for how these things tend to proceed, but I can't help but bring up at this moment that you are all responsible for the Grid Walkers this morning, were you not?
Yes, that was us.
This is very intriguing. And you know they are not the only ones here on this rock.
I don't think we knew that, but it seems pretty safe to assume, based on what we know of how they operate, that they were not alone.
No, they are not. If you wanted to find them, perhaps we could work out a deal for that. I know you spoke to our Ice Queen Uriel earlier. It might behoove you to increase your standing with her. Is that Lindsay making faces or Sima? I don't know if we react to it or not.
Yeah, pretty much it's Sima. She's like, she's like, oh, that's nice. That's interesting.
What's your going rate on them? And I don't know if we ever actually got a going rate from Uriel on them.
She didn't say. Well, you didn't ask and she didn't say.
Yep.
But, so going rates for their location, I will give you. I just require 150 gold pieces, and I will tell you the location of the Great Walkers.
That's the wrong window. I don't know if we have enough, if we have that much among the group.
I will say that I know what Uriel is offering for the armor, so if you are able to procure it without losing any along the way, I think it's a quite fair price for a finder's fee.
A moment with my companions, if you don't mind, while we discuss terms.
Please.
And just kind of huddle up and just like, who do we want to turn in the bounty to? This guy or Uriel?
Oh, he's not offering to pay you for them necessarily, but you could. I mean, you could do that. He was just going to tell you. He only offered to tell you where they were. That's all.
Gotcha. Do we think it's worth it going in, hunting down as many of these gridwalkers as we can to get the bounty? It sounds like we may be able to scrap together enough cash to repair our ship, maybe, from this endeavor.
Simon?
I was just gonna. Oh
Yep.
yes, go ahead. You.
You actually know how much she's offering. So,
How much is she offering?
Excuse me. 100 gold per suit of armor.
I was also gonna ask Ryan, do I have any notion of how giving this information to these people is gonna benefit the Domino in any way, besides money?
Well, for the Gridwalker thing, no.
Okay.
I mean, for the monster thing, yes, because that's pretty one-to-one.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to die. That sounds nice.
Yeah, but for you're not other than you're not really sure for the Gridwalkers what might.
All right. If I may say so, he is cutting you a deal.
Well, do we have enough cash on hand? I saw that in the ship's inventory we have 600 gold. I don't know if we're actually carrying that around with us or how we want to handle
Pace
that.
actually had it on her and you left her at the ship.
Well, if I may, I'm not usually in the habit of paying for information we can find on our own. If Bolster and Rosh, you're technologically inclined, and some of the rest of us know how the Gridwalkers operate and know what signs they leave behind, I'm pretty good at tracking. Couldn't we find them on our own?
Possibly, or they may still be hunting for us, or more specifically Bolster. But I'm not the one who knows their methods.
And this is a pretty big rock. Do you have time to do all that?
Well, they are sort of after
I
us.
could not help but overhear. It's very small. I mean, no other person can hear us from outside, but inside the room there's not really much I can do to not hear what you're saying. So I feel like I really must untruth for just a moment. I apologize. This is not my way. But I would like to offer you something for free. Just to perhaps incentivize you to do business with me. I'll offer you just a little bit of insight. I'm sure you remember that your little band took out their leader earlier today. And I suspect the rest of the Gridwalkers are in somewhat of disarray at the moment. Unsure of what to do next. For this reason alone, it would be wise to strike soon, but there is more that you do not know. You are not the first to inquire about the location of the Gridwalkers. I've only just now given information to another, the very same information that I would be happy to give to you. And you are in luck. Because for the one I've spoken with, will likely not act upon this information for a few hours. For reasons that I will make clear once you have paid.
Well, if that's the case, what's the timeline on the other part of our deal? The monster hunting?
Sooner the better, but there is no straight time limit. We always find new eyes and hands.
The time limit for that is when we want Pace back.
Yes, and I'm not sure this is the best way to go about doing it. This feels a little like making a deal with the devil.
Do you have another option?
No. Which is why I haven't said anything. But no offense to you, Mr. Domino, because I know you can hear me right now.
No, not at all. It is a...
But I don't trust someone that doesn't... I don't trust someone that won't show their face.
Very well. I have the whole response for that. It's also I would like to get into a conversation about why other people might not want to show the face, but I feel like that is not really apropos for the conversation we are having at the moment. So I will.
But this is probably our only option. So.
Yes, I appreciate you compromising on your ideals. No, okay. I'm just joking. Don't worry about that. This is all I do all day. Let me have a little bit of fun.
So this guy just looks like a shadowy figure right now.
Yeah, you don't see a face. It's just like it's basically a silhouette. A column of smoke that's a silhouette of a person.
Can I attempt an investigation check to see if it's an illusion of some sort?
Sure.
Normal. 9.
It looks like smoke. Doesn't.
How is he not coughing?
Yeah, it's. It doesn't. You're not able to tell. It looks like smoke. You're trying to discern it. Are you trying to see if the smoke is fake, or
or just or
if it's shrouding his form underneath? Is that what you're trying to figure out?
Yeah, I guess it's just so there was a giant metal face that then opened up and he came through. Is there still a remnant of the metal face, or did it kind of fade away?
Kind of open up, like the jaguar in Aladdin, essentially.
Gotcha. But yeah, I guess just because there's been all this talk about him not showing his face and seeing if maybe I could see through to see his face, but nope, he's just a very smoky dude.
Yeah, the smoke is impenetrable to your gaze as you look over him.
At Rosh's mention of making a deal with the devil, can I tell... I know a lot about fae, fiends, and undead, thanks to my Hunter's Bane. Can I try to tell if there's anything fiendish going on here?
Sure.
Sort of supernatural, otherworldly?
Sure. Is that a roll or just
yeah,
ability?
No, I get advantage to track them and on intelligence checks to know information about them.
Okay, yeah. Good, go.
Is that... I don't even know what to roll. Just intelligence or...
Oh, I'm sorry, you're waiting for me. I guess in this case, let's do a... you can do an Arcana roll with advantage.
Cool. 16?
Nice. So you look over him, and you don't detect any presence that is particularly. You don't get that. Have you ever felt a fiendish presence before?
Oh, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
So, last time you were near a creature like a fiend, it's like standing close to a fireplace. It's just, or any fire really, just this intense heat that comes off and makes your, or at least my skin feel thick sometimes. You're not getting that here, this kind of preternatural sense that you normally have. You don't get anything at all, actually, of any kind.
Odd. Okay.
And with that roll, I'll say that you probably... I think given the situation and the context, I think that you might be able to make a jump and say that this is a projection and nothing that's actually in the room with you.
That makes sense.
With that roll, I think you can figure that out. Have you made your mind up yet? There are other chalks on other walls.
So do we want to pay for the location of the grid walkers? and sounds like we should be able to get more than our money's worth for the information at this price, but how confident are you in your tracking abilities?
Well, like I said, I don't normally do this, but Pace is waiting on us, and we can make the money back.
All right, I'll go along with it.
I am so pleased. Very well. So, please just present your offering right here. Not. And he steps back from the face, and this large metal tongue kind of rolls out and like lifts up into this little place where you can put your little gold things.
Are we just going to take this straight out of the party fund that we have going for the ship?
I think so.
I think we kind of have to.
Don't
At this
have any
point.
money.
I've got 40 gold pieces, so I could donate a little bit. But
High
Probably
roller
just do it.
over here.
I know.
Probably should just do it from the party fund.
And Rosh probably actually takes out and be like, I have 40 gold pieces that I could offer for this.
I'm already seeing if someone can go pick up the gold from the ship. Yeah, it's just on this corpse. It's buried underneath a load of snow. It's fine.
Is that where the gold really is?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Honestly,
probably
I-
not where it really is, but
Does anyone actually trust the ship enough to leave the gold on it?
I get a weird sense that Chrisom, you would have taken the gold with you.
yeah, that's more than likely so.
That feels right to me. Maybe not all of it. Maybe you left 200 buried in a corpse, his butt buried 10 feet under, and then like one like in like a tire or something, and then 200 with you or something like that. I don't know, but that's up to you.
That's why it took him so long to catch up. He was shoving gold pieces down Pace's throat to hide it.
Yeah, I'd have the gold to pay for this on me, most likely then. Through some strange magical coincidence. It's almost uncanny. Almost like I'm psychic.
Or maybe it's in bolsters. Definitely not a bag of holding.
I was about to say that a bolster does have I have my bag here with all the gold. Yeah, we can get to it quicker than a jackrabbit on a ski slope.
Good thinking.
He's trying to pull out the gold, and just like cheese falls out, and he's like really motivated. He's like, I'm trying to quit.
Okay, so I'm gonna deduct 150 gold from the party funds.
All right. So you place your gold onto the tip of the tongue, and it curls back and slides back into the mouth. The face recedes back behind the shroud. And shadowy figure remains, of course. Is like, very well, excellent. I'm so glad we could do business here. All right, so here's what I should tell you. A few days ago, and first of all, I know that you could probably track some time in time, but it is an instance where time is of the essence. So I no doubt you are very capable in your skills. I've seen you all do incredible things, but I shall make it easy for you all. A few days ago, an outrider freighter docked in the port 09, the Jacon Atoll. Now, I realize most of you are new here, so I shall explain. The Jacon Atoll is a satellite of refuse that orbits the slums of Slowtown. It's a sort of a crescent-shaped, you can't miss it, just crescent-shaped mountain of junk and rust. It's where the scrappers tend to congregate. Anyway, a few days ago, members of the Realtor Audit Tribunal, 12 in number, arrived in the Anchorage. They came here with the hopes of intercepting a missing asset. And as I'm told, 4 of them did in fact find their target, so it seems clear now. What happened next was not what they expected. But it's very simple. Find passage to the Jokon Atoll, go to port 09, and there you'll find the Outrider vessel and your quarry within. Now that I have explained that, I should tell you now why you're in a bit of a rush. The individual that I gave this information to earlier will likely not press towards the atoll until, let's say, perhaps 5 or 6 hours from now. For at the moment, the orbit of Jokon exposes itself to the full bloom of the twin suns. And not until Jokon slips back into the shadow of the anchorage will I expect this one to make the move. But by my advice, should you wish to catch your quarry before your competition, move quickly. Someone else might get there first. And because I like you, one more thing I will give you totally free, not charged at all. I shall grant you the assistance of one of my eyes. Simmer, go with them. See that they are successful in their endeavor. And that is your charge now and until further notice.
As you wish it.
Okay, just a clarifying question. Out of accent, what is this ship called?
You son of a... No, no, it's not a ship. It's a basically a small moon made entirely of a junk. It's like a junk moon. It's called the Jokon Atoll. And I'll throw that in Jokon Atoll. There we go.
I was way off.
All right, and then back in character, and anything else about the monster you want us to hunt? Because I imagine we're probably going to go straight from one to the other.
You're very confident. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, this is not a same time very comfortable thing, but there's not much we know about the monster, other than it seems to target us, for lack of, just to put it bluntly.
Okay, but he already told us, like, the bar in the alley behind said bar that we had to go to find it.
Yes, that was Gingin's.
Anything else we think we need from Mr. Voice here in order to do our jobs?
We have locations. We have a time frame for getting one of our jobs complete. I'm confident we have all we need so far. If anyone else has questions, I suggest speaking up.
You can always ring again if you need to. An operator will be standing by.
I don't want to stay here any longer than we need to. I think we should go.
Well, it's been pleasant doing business with you. Certainly my best interactions with possibly shady underworld figure, but...
Ah, shady. I like your joke. You're very funny. All
I try.
Goodbye. And and like the smoke just dispels completely, and like the whole room just like the smoke rapidly dissipates, and you hear a loud sound as the door unlatches and becomes once again unlocked. And you are left in this room at the end of an alley, nothing inside, with the chalk marks that Sima had made all obscured and scrubbed out. And there's just a slight residue left over.
Well, that was as fun as always.
It's a fun trick.
Yeah. So, tally ho.
Are we going straight and doing this now?
It sounds like the sooner the better. Well, I would benefit from resting some. It would take longer than it sounds like this competitor would be waiting. So.
All right. We do have a bunch of animals at the ship that are in desperate need of medical attention, and I can feel just this presence behind me that is just going to be livid if anything happens to them. So
that sounds rather trivial.
Well, I guess I can just let them die then. I mean,
don't you have more pressing matters?
I guess we should go.
Well, we need the ship to get to the Junker Moon anyway.
Also true.
Right, because the ship can still fly within.
It can still fly within this sectoral system, but it can't make the jump out.
Do we know how long it will take us to get there?
Sima?
Yes.
Don't you?
Do I?
Yes. Actually, for Stalin, you might know too. But we'll say, yeah, you've been here before. It's just maybe an hour's travel. There's not cardinal directions such as south really here, because it's basically just a long horizontal river, and there's not really any north, south, or whatever. So they just call one end Lowtown, the other end like the uptown. And Lowtown is where you're headed. You're kind of in Midtown at the moment, which is kind of close to where the Ice Palace is. You're just maybe like 45 minutes away from the Ice Palace. So you just got to go down maybe like an hour or so, hour to 90 minutes if you're walking. And in the kind of junk moon orbits around there, and then kind of really tight orbit.
It's an hour's flight. I can fly the ship if you need to rest up.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna fly, it's gonna be a little faster than an hour, or like 90 minutes. It'd probably take you 25 minutes, maybe. Just because your ship is a little bit, you gotta be a little careful with it. Your ship would go faster if away from gravity, but here, yeah, it would take maybe 20, 25 minutes.
We should probably just take a short little break before. We've got like 5 hours. If we could just take like an hour. I wasn't expecting to have to fight something so soon, so just a little bit longer rest might be nice.
Perhaps rest for a short time.
For a short time.
So let's go back to the ship.
Transition.
Wow, this is your ship. This is your ship.
To be fair,
This is the state you all are in.
I feel like
Some party
have
pooper
said
monks
this.
were quite upset with us on our way here.
I say
I
this to
think-
everyone we meet on this planet. It didn't look like this when we left.
You know, for a moment I was a bit impressed with you all, but not. I mean,
I would think you of all people would know that appearances can be deceiving.
On the contrary, I know that appearances are everything.
Well, just you wait, darling. And then just march up into the ship.
Just march. Just,
Yeah.
just you wait.
Alright, so everyone goes into the ship. What do you? I know everyone's short resting. Is there anything you want to do in that time? Do you want to like talk and get to know your friends?
No.
I don't need to take a short rest, so I can just feed the animals.
I will sing them a song.
I think the animals need medical attention, don't they?
Yeah.
I will also sing the animals a song.
I'm
Everyone
gonna
gets a
give
song.
I'm gonna give the animals some medical attention too.
Okay.
I'm not gonna waste
it's
a
a medical
spell slot
song.
on them, but I'm
It's
gonna.
a medical song.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Give me a medicine check or no, nature check.
Man, that just got worse. All right.
Could I start focusing on my bestial form sonic power, which will give me advantage on animal handling checks, so I can calm the animals as he is working?
I mean, I guess. Focus on the bestial form, I guess. What?
That was gibberish. He just made that up.
Oh, psionics, they are ridiculous.
I know, right? I'm not making it up. It's all there somewhere.
Oh, okay, good. It's just 5 paragraphs. Sorry.
Take a quick break there. Reed.
While
Oh, is
you're
that all?
reading that, can I want to talk to Rosh, if he'll talk to me while he's doing whatever he's doing with the animals.
Oh god, this one smells so bad. I've never even seen anything like this before. Oh, yes.
Rosh, are you busy?
Not terribly.
You seem very uncomfortable with the Domino.
Yeah. Man made out of shadow sort of struck a nerve.
If it makes you feel any better, I believe it was just a projection.
That makes me feel, I guess, slightly better. Still, the concept behind what that person stood for, again, makes me uncomfortable. This whole place makes me uncomfortable.
We can tell. What is it you think the Domino stands for?
Deception, darkness, evil, all that. I'm sure it's not as black and white as all that. I've learned at least something in the past few years, but people like that just, I don't know. I don't know why that's necessary.
May I ask another question?
Just say what they think. Yes.
Sometimes saying what you think is not in everyone's best interest, but we'll talk about that lesson later. You said to him something about hiding his true face. That's something that bothered you. People who hide their faces.
Yes. In that moment, I think I know where this is going with the our thingy earlier.
What I would ask you, Rosh, is which do you think is my true face?
I don't know. Either, both. I don't think that's for me to decide. If that person had said that was their true form, I mean, I probably would have felt the need to attack it, but also
With fire.
with fire. That's for them to decide. What you do and what that person was doing seems different to me. I can't quite explain it, but I don't sense that you're trying to deceive me.
Don't you?
No. I could be wrong, but I don't sense that.
I think it might benefit you to think about why. That's all.
I appreciate it. There's a lot that I've left to learn. I know this.
You're a good person.
Maybe. Do you want to help me take care of these animals? Crystallim's doing something weird. He's talking to it or something. I don't quite know what's going on. It'd be nice to have an extra set of hands here. I'm afraid.
I will help
Describe
you.
what you're doing right now.
The weird thing is, I'm not actually doing anything with the animals. I am just walking up to them, stroking them for a bit, and they just seem to just chill out slightly with my animal handling check of a 15. Hopefully that's enough.
Yeah. You give them very nice pets, and they're like,
See, they're touching them, and I've never seen Crystallim touch any of the animals before. I thought they were going to eat one for a moment, and I was concerned.
Rush.
Actually, one of the animals I think bites onto you, Crystallim, but like because your skin doesn't like pierce through, it's just like, which is like gnawing on you.
I am probably used to this, let's face it. I'd be amazed if one of these things like had never escaped before.
It was Captain.
It was totally Captain. Rosh, I think the real lesson here is that animals can sense fear.
I was afraid. I know. We'll talk more on that later. We guess we have things we need to do. If we don't all die, which is a distinct possibility.
I think we'll be alright.
Hopefully we don't encounter another Vegeta.
He was a dick.
So do I get some sort of advantage on my nature check because Crystallim is petting all the animals, or is it just still a nature check?
I'll help if I can.
Did you roll one?
I haven't rolled it yet. No.
Yeah, if she's going to help you, yeah, you get advantage.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, 15.
Yeah. Ooh, did you avoid that natural one? That's amazing.
Yes.
Advantage is good. Yeah. So you go from creature to creature, kind of making sure that all these very strange foods that Pace had like an assorted for each one. There's these canisters that were marked, and her organization was very strange to you and seemed very chaotic. Mainly like not using really big words and numbers, just kind of like almost like just like little like marks to let you know like how many times to feed this animal this many times a day, and you kind of guess at it. It's not so much that you can read what she's written, but more that you can kind of, from your history and watching her do it, you can kind of recount how she took care of them, and you're able to give them all, for the most part, you give them all an appropriate amount of food. You're able to soothe a few, let's say the ones that are more grievously injured. Between what you've done and Gwen and Crystallim, you've managed to kind of calm them, slow their heart rates down a little bit, and they seem to be the ones with like the more serious injuries are still quite injured, but all the animals seem to be the appropriate volume they are for comfort. Some of them, that means they're quiet. Some of them, that means they're actually really obnoxiously loud, and them being like comfortable. So yes.
I imagine there is some kind of space parrot on board squawking away.
Help! Someone turned me into a parrot!
Why did she t-shirt that?
Because it's funny. Also, they gain 3 hit points because Simba goes through with a silly drinking song at some point.
Yeah, you want to give us a little taste of that?
Yeah, I actually know an Irish drinking song. Hold on. She just comes in, like, does a few bars on a harmonica, just like strolling through. Consumption got me mother, and me father got the pucks. My brother loved his liquor, and he wound up in a box. I don't know that's the verse, but it's really great. You should listen to it. It's on YouTube. The end.
Alrighty.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Now everyone has consumption.
And or you're an alcoholic now.
Yeah. Well done. All right. So, Vincent, what are you doing on your break?
Let's see. Probably would have just quickly checked in on Pace, made sure there's still enough snow that it didn't melt
She's
too
still
much. We come back, open the door, she's gone.
So this is what I'm. Well, okay, I want to do it anyway. So you open up the door and she just kind of flops out half, and you're kind of push her back in.
Just quickly look around,
Like,
get her back in. Just like,
I mean, the rooms are very small. She
and
is
then you're
very, very large.
like push, like your back's against the door trying to get it closed, but she's like in a new position and it's really hard now, and you like get the click, and you're
like Tangled, like break a couple of her fingers.
I also imagine there's a burst of incense since I lit all the incense in there
And like
before, just like
tons
choking.
of melted snow, just like water just sluices out.
She's on fire. Yeah, you can use a little bit of a re-up of snow and ice if you wanted to keep her cool.
yeah, so prestidigitate up the melted snow, go back out, bring in a few new loads, and then I guess just spend the rest of the short rest in, I guess, maybe.
You know, we have a freezer.
Yes, but that's where we keep our food.
I suppose you'd be worried about that.
Sounds like
I guess. I mean, technically she's food.
That's
Yeah,
not
but
a very
not
nice
quite
thing to say.
It's not quite how society works, or at least not the society most of us come from.
I mean, she's meat.
I'd just go and continue with the snow, and then I would probably go and not helping as much with the animals, but just like using mending to fix up their cages and any other little nicks and dents and such.
Excellent. Wunderbar. All right. So, an hour passes. After you kind of do this light activity and taking care of everything, you kind of relax and take a breath. Still recovering from your. I guess this is the first time you were able to sit down after your fight to the literal death earlier today, and kind of collect yourselves. And this is about an hour and a half later, I would say, 90 minutes from the time that it took you to walk from the place to your ship and relax. So about 90 minutes to an hour or 2 hours has passed. What would you like to do next?
To the moon.
Well, I would like to check in with everyone really quickly. We're set on going to the moon first? Because
The moon's the job with the time limit, I guess.
I would like to remind everyone that Pace is also on a time limit, so if we do take the moon first, best do it quickly.
I'm sure there won't be another Vegeta to deal with.
You will tremble in my presence.
From what I've heard, yes.
I just smile.
Now, what are the odds that we're going to be able to use our one remaining railgun to rain down hell on these sumbitches?
Do we know how many of them there are? I feel like the number 4 was thrown around.
8.
Twice.
There
4
were-
is 8.
A multiple of 4.
And in your
Math.
memory, you hear the voice. Yeah. There were 12 of them, and you killed 4 of them dead.
I told
So-
you he said the number 4.
I guess this is number 4. But now
Looks
there are
like he's still here.
8 left. But you killed Vegeta. So
Now we just have to worry about Frieza.
When you said like we have a freezer, like I was like, ooh, you on my spot, Crystal.
Well, we could rain down hell upon them. Is infiltration possible? Because there are more of them than there are
Infiltration's always possible.
Yes, and now that I think about it, actually, we risk blowing up the technology, which is what Uriel really wants the bounty on.
And,
So,
Crystallum, if they fire back at us.
Don't know if the ship's in a good enough state to be able to pilot out of the way of danger easily.
Tin cans usually aren't.
The shade of it all.
But you also may have noticed that stealth may not be my best talent.
Well,
Clank,
infiltration.
clank, clank.
Infiltration isn't all stealth. There is much distraction to be had.
yes, I think between the two of us, we can manage some fireworks.
That can definitely be arranged. It should be easy enough to land our ship far enough away to ensure it won't be spotted.
Did someone say fire?
Yes, we did.
I like how you all are just skipping over the option of just a conversation and just going straight to fire.
These bastards killed one of our friends. I don't know there's much of a conversation we can have with them.
But it can give you an edge. You don't have to enjoy the conversation. Just guide it, get what you need, and then kill them.
What we need from them is essentially everything they have, including the clothes off their backs. I don't imagine them giving it up.
And
Yeah,
any
especially the
salvage
clothes
we get
off
off
their
that
backs.
ship.
Mm-hmm.
Any salvage we get could reduce the cost of repairs for us as well.
I don't imagine they're going to give up any of their Magitech easily, if
Well,
at all while
voluntarily
they're
no,
alive.
but it's hard for the dead to
Hopefully not.
complain.
It'd be a bit easy and boring if they did just give it up.
Well, why don't we ask as we infiltrate?
Perfect, I love it.
I'm gonna get in the cockpit, take off.
All right, we fire up the
Hopefully.
engines, and it sounds bad and really uncomfortable.
Smooth as butter, this ship. It's so good.
It's smooth as butt, is what it is. And
Does it
kinda-
take like 4 or 5 cranks just to get it started?
Yeah.
You have to press the gas!
Like a 20-year-old lawnmower.
I sort of feel like we still don't have a plan, but okay. This
I
is
don't
fine.
think so either. You guys are fun.
Can you and Seema find a back entrance if we drop you off?
What do you think, Simma?
Oh, of course.
Do we want to
Girl
split
squad.
up?
Yes. High five.
Not too far, though. Let's see. Do you think Bolster... do you know enough about the way they work that you'd be able to help the ladies find a back door to exploit? What, Bolster?
Wink, wink, wink.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Should I try his voice? I think Travis would like it if I tried it in
You
voice. He's like, I mean, I know about what it's like on a Me Too, but I don't know. I don't know what their setup is here in this atoll. I mean, there might be a back door there. There might not be. Unfortunately, everything that I know about might not be very helpful where we're headed. Something about a goose's back.
We'll figure
Just
it
something
out.
about it.
As Bolster, I think, would say, this isn't our first rodeo.
I mean, it really isn't. We've been to many rodeos together.
It's really
I don't
how a lot of
know.
us met, actually, was at a rodeo.
Really? That explains a lot, actually.
It's just kind of a ritual.
Why do you think we have all these animals?
Just yearly we
I
go to the
did
rodeo
wonder.
together.
Yeah. It's not real. It's just the pageantry of it all. Okay. All right. So the Arcturus lifts shakily off and breaks gravity from the anchorage, and let's take a break. Let's take a potty break here. And my pupper dog is like being really upset in the other room, so I'm gonna get him too. He's probably gonna hang out in here with me for the rest of this. So we will be back shortly, and goodbye. And we're back, and we're coming to a rusty moon that is orbiting around the anchorage, Glacial Anchorage, and we are flying along in the Arcturus. Below you see the lights of the streets and buildings kind of twinkling below.
Behind us, just the trail of smoke.
Yeah, exactly. Like parts of the ship, like some things are kind of shaking free and dropping down below.
Damn it, we needed that nut.
There'll be others. Someone with someone with a fruit cart down down below.
My cabbages!
Darn you, drunkard! You'll rue the day you met Gary. Is what the fruit.
Gary is now our arch nemesis.
Yep.
BBEG.
You'll rue it. So you fly along and you make your way towards this large block that kind of, as you approach, it's kind of silhouetted against the light of the twin suns. Kind of in the distance, amidst like the rocks and the flows of the asteroid field, this massive crescent-shaped mass appears. It's bristling with rusty spires of forgotten wreckage, silhouetted against Ericos and Einstein. I think I named the twin suns, but that's the name of them. And as you approach, the light glistens off massive dripping icicles hanging from some forgotten vessel in a graveyard of spacecrafts. And your vessel, you find a port 23. The craftiest of all ports. And you land where, as you look out the window, a small looking creature wearing rags and these green glinting goggles starts like waving its hands at you and like picks up some rocks up from the kind of the ice that's in rust from the flooring that you just landed and throws it at your ship and kind of clinks off.
Can I just, as we've landed, just get out, glare at him, and just let my eyes flare a little bit?
Sure. With the intent to intimidate?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, all right. Let's do a little checky poo. See if this gets this creature's goat.
That one. 14.
Yeah, sure. Yep, I think that's gonna do it. So you're just like throwing crap at your like spaceship, like you can't hear him. Just kind of like waving his hands, and then your eyes kind of flare up, and you kind of lift up in your seat a little bit and show a little bit of your frame. It kind of backs off a little bit, and then grabs one more thing, throws it, and then runs off.
Careful, Crystalline. Junk people are easily startled, but they will soon be back, and in greater numbers.
I'm so offended.
I thought it was good. It was good. So, Ryan, do I happen to know how junk people on this junk moon tend to dress or appear?
Yeah, most of the scrappers are probably the most common type to see here are Sverstneblen or the deep gnomes, as it were, and you probably just assumed that what you saw was one wrapped in rags, kind of totally covered, and with that knowledge, you know that this time of day for the Jacon Atoll anyway, with the light kind of, even though like the twin suns, they're like red dwarves, they're not like super bright, and it's not even like very hot. Like the kind of blistering cold that you experience on the Anchorage itself. This one's more like maybe a little bit below freezing.
Yes.
It's like not that uncomfortable. It's manageable. You just have to wear nice clothes. But for them, they don't like it. They don't like the sun. They don't like the light. They hate it.
Yeah.
And so
they hate it.
They hate it. And so for this one to kind of like expose himself in the light, he must have probably. I mean, you just landed in somebody's port without permission, and he's pissed. And but he also doesn't seem like he has anything to back it up and protect his own, I guess, land in this case.
So, but like dressing wise, like, do I know what they would dress like? Ish, like grubby. Like, is that too stereotypical?
I mean, yeah, grubby. Yeah, grubby. Lots of grub.
Lots of grub.
I see why you're asking. Yeah, I mean, honestly, because the way this is, and the fact that they all scavenge and they all collect whatever they can find, really have a very large palette that you can work with here. You can kind of do whatever you want, and not too many people are going to look at you. As if it matches, that's a tell. But if it doesn't match, you're probably in the clear.
All right. So I'm just kind of gonna go around and be like, so, kind of look at her and be like, okay. And then go and just be like, darling, you're a little bit too clean if we're going to be going and infiltrating. You're a bit white, like you're very clean. Like, I don't know how, like, you don't have any flyaways. I'm just saying, like.
Thank you.
You're going to have to not be that right now. Like.
Right.
Are you feeling me?
I searched my pockets for like a rubber band. Or something.
Roll an investigation check.
And okay. Is this related to Fae Fiends or undead? Just kidding.
You find 2.
Oh, nice.
Great. I take my hair down out of its like very nice sort of sleek thing, and I do
that
2 messy like fun buns right here, but like crooked. Will that work?
Look, that is better, yeah.
All right.
And then I'm just gonna kind of go into a little ladies' room, and I'm gonna come back as like a moon elf. So like a little bit bluish, a little bit grayish.
They're like, hey, that's the big ladies' room.
Oh, dang it. Wrong one.
Get out of there. But yeah, okay. So you come back as a moon elf.
And then I'm gonna kind of grubby up my clothes. Gonna get out my disguise kit, kind of grubby up.
Ooh, a thought. Crystallum, or anyone who works on the ship, do we have like coveralls? Like a thing like a mechanic would wear? When they're
We sure
working on
do.
the ship?
And Bolster holds up a pair of coveralls that comes up to your knee.
I don't think that will work.
I mean, I could take the seam. No, well.
Maybe for a different job that would work, but not this one.
I gotta make a note to collect more fabric.
And as everyone is stirring themselves up.
A pet somewhere shut in here that we haven't found, I would be amazed. I swear I still haven't looked in half these cabinets.
I go looking around for some dirty coveralls.
And Pace falls out of a cabinet. No.
Oh, heck! Who's next?
Wearing coveralls, oddly enough.
Who are you people? Why are there just dead bodies?
Okay, so you're just searching the ship for something that you can throw back. I think that you can. You find a dirty tarp.
Poncho. Yes, good idea.
It's a tarp, Linda.
It's a tarp poncho. You can do it. Determination.
I sort of tie it in like a weird coverall-esque
tarp toga
shape. A tarp toga is essentially what I'm doing.
Yes.
Over my shiny armor.
Very well. Is anyone helping you with this, or are you doing this by yourself?
I mean, I can disguise kit her up, right? Can I do
Yeah,
that?
roll it.
Roll disguise kit. Okay, is it like dexterity or?
I think if you're proficient, then it's in this case. I'm gonna say intelligence plus your proficiency bonus.
That's great. That sounds great. Yeah, not worried about that at all. Nope.
So I don't because it sounds like you're just kind of arranging to get a look, and it's not so much about.
Yep. 14.
Yeah, you look her over. It's like it's not perfect, but I mean,
it's not
you
perfect,
really
but-
think it'll be just.
Well, I really think it'll be just fine.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
This is not how I usually do things, but
Yes. That's
Always
what I'm going
learning.
for.
All right, so
Tally
we
ho!
have two guessing up, as it were. What are the other three of you doing?
I don't think there's really much hiding this or that, and pointing to Crystalline too.
At the very least, Vincent is gonna go like take off his bright red normal clothes and just like see if he has something less fancy and less bright to wear. But let's see. I think I'm just because you said it's below freezing as well.
Yeah.
I
I don't know what this is in Celsius, but in Fahrenheit, it's probably like upper 20s or just low, like 31, 32. It's just at the cusp there.
Should I change robes? Is this going to be a problem? I'm wearing a pure white robe with gold, shimmering gold lining.
You are also on fire.
Also, I'm on fire.
Are you constantly? I know your hair, but do you ever? Are you capable of dousing it?
I don't know.
Like if you
He's like Hades.
Does it smolder a little bit?
like when he's upset, his hair gets taller.
I was just thinking about that because I was just thinking about how jealous Rosh was that Gwen could do things with her hair.
Also,
That's
what
what she
about
was.
facial hair for Rosh?
No facial hair.
Oh.
If he
No.
wanted to grow some, would it be on fire as well? Or?
Fire beard would be really awesome though. I don't know.
I'm Captain Fire
You can't
Beard.
see anything. It's just like flames.
I would think that they
Cooper just scared himself in the mirror. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. All right, continue.
So are we all infiltrating, or is it just us and you guys are waiting? Like, what's the plan here? Are you guys going in front, like really obvious, and then we're gonna go in the back? Like, is that what's happening?
We're going to make some noise, draw their attention. You try get behind them and take them out. Take as many as you can out before they know you're there.
I
Oh,
thought
that's
you
what
wanted
you
to try to
meant.
talk.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So we'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Sima will talk. I'll back her up, as it were.
Yeah.
And then when that fails,
Offended.
you will make a lot of noise and you're a distraction, and we probably stab him in the back and take all the stuff.
I mean, that sounds nice.
That works too.
That's what I was thinking anyway. This is why I wanted to talk about the plan before we got here.
Yeah.
Would the plan really survive past the first 6 seconds once we run into them?
Definitely not, but I think we should give Sima a chance.
I guess.
Lindsay is not prepared to play this character. Great. Let's do it.
Just keep an eye and, you know, if you see me turn into a giant wolf thing, then probably make
What?
a lot of noise.
What?
It's a metaphor.
Of course, yes. Insight check. Natural 20.
Wait, do I get to roll?
Yeah. Can you deception? Or are you trying to deceive her? Really?
No,
Why did I
I'm
waste
really.
that?
She's just been really passive aggressive, so I'm really just
Yeah?
like doing it back. Not
Yeah.
really.
Do it back. Do it back.
What do I roll
Passive
for
aggressive
passive aggression?
roll.
We'll say, geez, Louise.
Performance.
Persuasion.
I'll say your choice of, dude.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I'll say your choice of. Gosh.
I think it's
Yeah.
totally performance.
I think it's performance. Hey, because it's
man.
charisma is baked. You're just trying to like over like yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Hit me with it.
8.
I think I don't know what you glean from that. She's like, it's a metaphor, and then you're like,
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
oh boy. Oh boy.
Super literal. Great.
I'll say to explain that natural 20, it's also like you may have like news travels fast for the eyes.
Oh yeah.
You might have heard something about some sort of beast that attacked the Great Walkers earlier. And now you're putting 2 and 3 together to make 5.
How new? How droll.
Because I don't know why 2 and 2 makes more sense than any other number that go together.
Yeah.
But
Tally ho!
All right. So they tally onward. 3 of you wait back at the ship.
Not back at the ship. We want to be close enough that the second something goes down, we can run in and
All right.
break stuff.
All right.
Wait, are we being the stealth party and they're being the run in
Shoot.
and talk party?
Yeah,
Shoot.
we just swapped it all around. We're sneaking in now.
This is
Okay.
going to work well.
Someone looks up and they're like, we're sneaking.
So you two are trying to get in to talk. We'll be nearby just in case. So when it does go horribly wrong, we break things, right?
Yeah.
Straight
Yes.
up, Lindsay has no idea what she's doing.
I
Well,
don't either. So I mean, it's an even battle. So we're good.
if we're kind of splitting up that way, I'm just going to be constantly using the message cantrip to Gwen, just being like, should we distraction? And you can just like not answer, and I'm just waiting. I'm re-upping it so that you have the option to be like, okay, go.
And Gwen hangs herself immediately. So frustrating.
She's so
Gosh.
calm.
Yeah. All right. So
Plotting.
the tallies go forward while the others, I don't know what your group is called yet, Team B, follows behind.
Actually, we're team 1.
Team 1. All right,
Well,
you're
we're Team
A-
Alpha.
You're Team A, and they're Team 1.
I thought we were the
Okay.
girl squad.
Oh, yeah.
Team Girl Squad!
All right, so Team Girl Squad heads out the lead, and you kind of all see this as you walk down the streets. I don't know how I have to deal with this like one at a time. I guess we'll start with the ladies. You move yourself down the street, and as you walk, you see that the streets themselves are actually quite empty. And this kind of, for you, Simon, this isn't that odd given the time of day it is. Hey, buddy, calm down. I'm making art here.
I'm weaving a narrative. A picture with my words.
It's like, but as you walk to you see these. At this point, the now familiar strands of lights that kind of are hung and strewn alongside the city streets. And they seem under the light of these suns, they seem kind of dim, even though they are lit. The light seems quite pale in comparison to the twin suns. But the denizens of the scrapyard, they seek shelter in the shade, and as you walk by, goggled eyes ogle you. Slowly turn, not ogle like that, but just like, I just wanted the rhyme more than anything. It's more like they just turn as you walk by, scrutinizing your passing. And you see most of the shapes are very small. You don't know necessarily what the creature is underneath the thick wrappings that they're all wearing. Most of them are small, some of them quite large, abnormally large or long arms. But eventually you make your way from port 23 to port 09. Your target. And there's doesn't seem to be any guard at the entrance for it. Just there's kind of an opening. And should you peek your head in? Do you peek your head in?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. Should you peek your head in? You see at the center of this kind of clearing a old-looking spaceship. Can I get investigation checks from the both of you?
Oh yeah, I'm super good at that. That's a 3, natural 1, actually. So.
I got a 14.
Oh, Sima, you just see this really old wrecked ship that.
Is it worse than theirs?
It's about the same.
Huh.
It's about the same in your
Yeah.
eyes. Gwen, you kind of looked past it a little bit, but you noticed as you're kind of looking over some of the components of the ship, like the fuselage, the ports of the windows, the particular style that they're using, it's more of a recent manufacturing model than all the rust over it would have you believe. And you kind of put 2 and 2 together, and you see like this kind of a newer ship that's been disguised to look kind of junky and not stand out in this setting. And also, the both of you.
Yes.
You notice
Yes.
standing outside of the ship 2 figures.
Oh.
One of them, a little short. I don't know what my DM voice is yet, but
That one.
One figure a bit short, and the other taller and thin, seem to be conversing together. What do you do?
Guys, I'm straight up not smart enough for this character. I don't know why I made this character. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're a bard. Go charisma them.
I don't know what to do though.
Well, we mentioned
Sing
that
a song.
we want all their
Hey,
we want all their things and the clothes off their backs. So just go
That's
ask
right.
them for that.
do they look like gridwalkers? Or do they look like junkers? Like, what? Like, wait, hold on. What are we even here for? What are we doing? Are these the junk? Like, what is
These
this?
are the grid walkers.
Where are we?
The Domino told us that these are the grid walkers.
Okay.
That we
Okay.
want to wreck their stuff, but not too much because we need to be able to turn in their stuff for a bounty.
Okay. So it's not not the
Undamaged.
people who like to kill me.
No,
Me's. Got it.
just the other
Maybe.
use.
Great. Okay. I'm going to strike up a casual conversation with Gwen and continue casually strolling across the pier. Road. I don't know what it's called. And like basically just try and catch some eaves. Drop some eaves.
All right.
Drop them, man. Wow.
Gwen, are you going along with this?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's not really a way to walk in close without. Well, there's not a place. I think you're gonna have to sneak in because like this right here. It's a from the doorway that you're looking through. It just goes into this kind of round clearing area that's like kind of covered around with these walls encircled. So it's not like a through lane or like a through street where you can just like walk by. them.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like it's like a garage, really. Like you're gonna in a lot of ways. So, but there are like different pieces of like kind of scrap that are kind of strewn around. You could possibly try to sneak in and creep like behind some of those larger pieces of the engines and everything, and try to get
So yeah, it occurs to me. Are we looking into the ship and they are inside of the ship talking?
No, you see two standing outside the ship.
Guys, I'm struggling so hard today. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, let's just sneak. Let's just sneak this witch.
Okay. Let's get a stealthy checks from the both of you.
Oh my gosh. That's an 11.
20.
I'm so good at this usually.
Okay, well, let me
I mean, that's an 11 from a 3. That's pretty good.
I'm having some performance anxiety.
Okay.
Just singing a theme song, like Kronk.
Alright, so you move in closer.
Yep.
You slot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Till I can drop some eaves.
Alright, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
The both of you, if you would like to both nicely listen in.
15?
Okay.
21.
Why am I here?
You're
like, really though.
You're the guide. It's like, I hope we don't need to split the profit with this one.
Yeah.
So, as you kind of creep closer, you see two figures there. They are dirty boys smoking, smoking outside, wearing kind of these ragged cloaks. Gwen, you notice underneath the cloaks a shiny glow of that reminds you of the gemstone that was powering the other suits of armor of the Gridwalker's armor. They're wearing clothes to try and disguise that. There's one who is a dwarf. He's got orange hair, and it's like up in a mohawk. And he is kind of smoking angrily. He's like, lost 4 suits and the sods inside him. And word is the queen of this shithole is paying out to hunt us down. What do you reckon we do now? Why the hell do we stay here now? And the other one is a lizard folk with yellow scales and kind of a red frill on his back. And he's like, Barga says we stay until the inside is secured. Which went more pirate than I was intending at first.
The what? Till the what is secured? What was that?
You didn't roll high enough perception.
That's
sorry.
fair.
He's like, oh, we don't know nothing. He's like, why we listen to Barga is beyond me. He's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, do you want to contact the handler without the specimen? And the dwarf shuts up at that for a moment, smoking thoughtfully.
Could I very, very quietly kind of relay this to Sima? Does this mean anything to you?
Does it?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't think so. No. Other than,
Actually,
I mean, which, I'm not sure, like.
All of it.
All of it.
The
Okay.
whole part.
So, what it seems like is that these are some gridwalkers.
Hey, well, I mean, it seems like these are some gridwalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're talking about the 4 that died earlier today, and they're real upset about it and not really sure what to
pleased,
do.
you know,
And some of them want to go, but some of them say, like, maybe we should stay because we'll be in real deep trouble if we leave without what we came here for.
Oh, Cole. Hello, Cole.
Oh, I didn't totally slip into Cole, but I want to keep that one in the back pocket. That should be my
Your DM voice?
yeah. All right, everybody, let's do it.
So, what do you think? because Lindsay literally doesn't know what to do at this juncture.
The options are
Kill them.
kill them,
Mm-hmm.
the two of us.
Yeah.
Call in the troops now, which I think is a bit premature.
Yeah.
Try to talk our way in, but
I don't know how, actually.
that's
I definitely imagined a different scenario when I was on the ship.
was your idea, but
I know, but I'm big enough to admit that it was a bad idea.
I think we can get the drop on them and at least subdue them. Don't have to kill them.
Let me think real hard about a spell I know. Really quick. Hold on.
Slowly ditching the tarp, because it's probably gonna make noise.
So this Gridwalker armor, is it like metal? Is it metal? Is it a metal armor? Are there metal components? It's mostly metal? Oh, good.
It's metal. It's composed of metal components.
Okay. Well, I mean, how far away are we? Like 60 feet, roughly? 100 feet?
Yeah, about 60. Well, I think you probably scooched up to about 60 feet.
Well, I mean, I could make it very uncomfortable for one of them to wear their armor.
Will it hurt the armor? Because that's what we need.
No, I don't think so.
Can I have you both roll another perception check for me, please?
Yeah! We're gonna die. They sent some people behind us because they totally saw us.
Die.
We're super dead. Super dead. With my perception of 7.
20.
Yeah. So, as you're going over your different methods of taking on someone with a mostly metal armor,
Yeah.
Gwen, you hear a familiar whirring noise. And as you kind of like peek out beyond the salvage that you're hiding behind, you notice that the two people you're listening to are not there. And you see on the bottom side of the ship a railgun pointing towards your cover.
Simmer,
Yeah.
change
5,
his lands.
4,
Duck, now.
3,
Oh!
2.
I dropped
Okay.
prone!
All right, Dex saves both of you.
Ooh, there it is. 25.
16.
Actually, I'll even give you. I mean, I think that's enough actually, but I'll give you advantage because you see this coming.
Do a sick
Gwen.
flip. Do a sick trick.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, so 16.
It's a fairly
Okay.
sick trick.
All right, so you hear the sounds of a railgun firing.
Holy shit, that seems a little overkill.
Yep. And I just had to use it again. And the salvage that you're hiding behind, I'm gonna say that you shove Sim out of the way, and Sim, you kind of like fly back and like do like a back handspring.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
stay on your feet and skid backwards. And Gwen, you leap to the side as the cover that you're hiding behind explodes, and the blast that they shot goes through the wreckage and into the wall behind it, and like punches a hole through it, and you hear the as it continues. And okay, all right, and I'm assuming y'all are also kind of outside of your arena. We're gonna roll initiatives here.
I had a whole deception plan prepared, but no.
No, you
Failed it.
didn't.
I did.
No,
like
you
if they
didn't.
caught us, I was gonna be like, pull out a joint and be like, I was just trying to skip out on some work or something. I don't know. It doesn't have to be good. I have expertise in deception. Oh, how do I initiative?
Oh, you probably need a tracker.
And a token.
Oh yeah, let's get back there. Let me delete all these real quick.
Guys, I'm gonna read so many books on like spies before our next game so that I can be not as bad at my character.
What's the music? That's okay. I'll get over.
Question. Samathes just goes on Bolster's turn.
Yes.
Can I have a token, Ryan?
No, I'm kidding. No, you may.
Zowie.
Nah, fine. Where are you at? You're here.
And can we just kill Captain and Pace's tokens?
Yes, we can.
Before we start the initiative, I was going to do this, like, 'cause I was expecting a bit of talking to happen, but making our way to our hiding place, I wanted to activate my tough hide side power. Would you say I could do that now, or would I have to wait for my turn?
I'm gonna say after you hear the explosion, yeah, you have a little bit of time to settle. Yeah, go ahead and pop whatever you're gonna pop. Let me. All right, I wasn't. It's fine. I'm supposed to know what is going on and what I'm doing, but I'm like, how? Where? All right, so okay. Oh, that's the worst initiative. Well, they got a surprise round, so that's fair. All right. So I'm going to add. How do I just add one? Because I messed this up last time. All right. If everyone wants to call, I changed my mind earlier. Can anyone call out your initiative rolls?
Well, I rolled a natural 20, so
I rolled a 10.
24.
17.
I got an 8.
Rosh got an 18. Bolster got a 15.
Wow. That is very nice. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, we'll do. All right. Cool. I think we are good to go now. Wunderbar. Okay. Gwen.
Oh man. So
what are you going to do?
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. So the two in front of us have disappeared.
They're all gone and stuff.
Okay, how far am I from the ship?
You're about 60 feet away from the ship itself.
Okay. Then hoping that Vincent is still every so often peppering me with a message cantrip.
Yeah.
I will just call out in general, hopefully to him, hoping that our friends can hear us. New plan? We're going in. All hands on
Hot.
deck.
Going in hot.
And I will use my action to... This place seems very dangerous. I'm going to use my action to do my hybrid transformation and turn into a big wolfy wolf. And then I'm...
It wasn't a metaphor.
Gonna take off running towards the ship.
All right.
Because I don't want to be anywhere near my friends when I'm a scary wolf, so...
Awesome. So you make your way towards the ship. I'm going to draw a little thing so I keep track of where everyone is. And if you all need me to also do a really sketchy map, if that helps you all.
Props.
Props,
But,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm good.
Okay.
You said there was cover, though. So that might be nice.
Some of it. Yeah, there's cover kind of spotted around.
Okay.
I'm going to do a very quick drawing. So the thing in the center is a spaceship.
Nice.
And this is Sima, and Gwen is now halfway up here, and then the rest
Ooh.
of
Nice.
you back here, basically on the corner. So that's like really, really rough where you're all at. All right. So that brings us to you moved all your speed. Do you have any like bonus action dashes or anything?
I don't. Oh, as a bonus action, I will use my Crimson Right to imbue a weapon with cold damage, and I'm gonna do my wolf claws. Rawr.
Nice.
Rawr.
So yeah.
All right.
Oh, I gotta. There's. Oh, I have to roll my damage that I take because I take damage for doing that.
Okay, cool. And we'll scooch on to Roshua.
Joshua. All right. All right. I'm gonna rush in.
Russian.
I'm gonna rush in. But I kind of get a skirt off to the left. Like, because if they're kind of over to that side, I'm gonna try to split fire here a little bit. No pun intended. And I am going to use. Am I close enough for like a produce flame throw? It's like a 30-foot range. Am I too far off for that, or
a little too far off for? Well, actually, when you're dashing 60 feet, is that it?
No, I was just doing my regular movement.
Okay. With your regular movement, you're probably too far away for.
That's fine.
It's probably about 90 feet away from where the four of you are coming in.
Okay. In which case, I think that's too far for pretty much everything. So I'm going to use my action then to cast.
But it's now 60 feet for you because you've moved 30 feet.
60 feet. Okay, then I'll use my action. I'll use my action to do a sacred flame because that's 60 feet.
Okay.
On the spaceship.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the spaceship has to make a dexterity saving throw.
It fails.
Get smoked, ship.
3 radiant damage.
Okay. You burn off some fake rust.
I tried something.
Yes! You expose the truth.
With radiant energy.
Yeah, that's about what I expected. And then I'm going to just use my bonus action to cast a Shield of Faith on... Do I have enough range? Oh my god, I was not prepared. 60 feet, so on Gwen.
Yep, cool. All right, Gwen, you are now beshielded with...
Beshielded.
Yeah. All right.
My AC's 19 right now, if that matters to you.
All right.
If it matters.
Buddy boy.
Okay, I will walk my 30 feet in, just straight line. I give no fucks.
They're all mine. I don't give them away.
And I would like to use my energy beam. I'll say as an action, you target one creature you can see. Would that count as? Would you let me specifically target the ship's railgun?
What's the action again? Sorry.
My energy beam psionic power.
Yeah.
Cool. So I need it to make a dexterity saving throw.
It fails.
And I can choose the damage type. I am saying it does. This will do fire damage to it because why not?
All right.
Fire!
And it takes 3 fire damage.
Okay.
Get wrecked, spaceship.
This ship designed to be able to withstand re-entry into atmosphere seems nonplussed.
I'm trying to overheat the gun here, so.
No, I like the idea. I don't
Between the
think
two
that's
of you,
maybe between the two of you.
you can definitely recreate the friction of an atmosphere.
Over the next 11 months. Yeah. All right. Cool. Is there anything else you can do?
For my bonus action, I can't be bothered with the pretense of using my scimitars here. I'm just gonna pop out my sonic blades.
Okay. Just popping them out.
Yep, I now have
Sonic?
2 glowing blades of sonic energy coming from my knuckles.
Okay, this is super important. What color?
I'm gonna say the same shade of green as the crystals.
Okay. All right. Well done.
Chartreuse? Is it chartreuse?
Is this will bring us to Bolster?
All right, Bolster's going to. I assume that Bolster's on Samathes, and he's gonna fly towards the room, the spaceship.
Okay.
Question: so, is there any doors or like openings on the ship, or is it just totally like sealed for atmospheric reentry at this point?
I would say, or according to a Bolster's vision, or did he say he flew up?
Yeah, flying up.
He doesn't see anything, but you saw before he flew up. Everyone sees this. There is a ramp on the bottom side of the ship.
Still open.
Still open.
Okay, Bolster's just going to start flying towards that.
Okay.
And I think he's got... Yeah, if he's got 50 feet or 40 feet fly speed with Samathes, so I guess dash to 80?
Dang, Gina! Alright, I think he catches up with up here with Sima and should probably change his colors. With Sima and everything. Yep.
Okay, that's all I got.
Alright. Which brings us to Sima. Speak of the devil.
Speak of me. So, do I know anything about gridwalkers? Do I know if they're just like mid-transport right now? Or like, do they have invisibility capabilities?
Not that you've seen.
Okay, well. Then, I shall smirk and say, I do not fear an army of lions if they're led by a lamb. And I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Gwen and pull out my dagger and my rapier and hold my action until one of them is visible.
Okay. Vincent!
Well, so I just see a big old spaceship with no dudes around. Some people are popping off spells and stuff at the railgun.
Yes.
And there's the ramp. Would those of us hanging back have seen the people who were there before, or only the two who went ahead?
I think you might have seen a shape or two, but that was it. But
Okay.
You close enough to get a good look at him.
Yep. I will just go ahead and move my 30 feet forward. If I can, take cover behind some junk, and then hold my action to cast a spell at the first gridwalker I see.
Okay, you want to tell me what that spell is, buddy boy?
If I see more than one, magic missile. If I only see one, firebolt.
Okay. All right. I'll be loose with triggers. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, which will bring us to the great focus. Yes. All right. So you begin to hear a kind of chugging sound, which sounds a little bit like a real gun heating up for another shot.
Heck.
But apparently it's going to take at least one more round for it to do that. So, in the interim, suddenly bursting forth from the spaceship, as gridwalkers teleport out like into the sky around Bolster, and three of them swinging.
I held my action until they were visible.
I know, delay.
Okay, good.
These three.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Bane on all three of them.
Okay.
So they need to make a charisma saving. Let me just click it for you. Actually, how about that? How about I just do that thing that I said?
Charisma saving throws. They're not very charismatic. That's a failure. Is that it's a success?
Okay, so two of them must roll a d4 and subtract that number whenever they attack or make a saving throw.
All right, you roll me 2 d4s. I'm gonna have them attack, and I'll subtract this from what they're gonna do. Wow.
So that's a 4 and a 1, or a 1 and a 4. Technically, the 1 was first.
Okay, so what's Bolster's AC?
Bolster's AC is a 16.
Okay. One misses.
Hey.
Another one rolls after Bane a 22.
Well,
Ooh.
an effort was made.
The other one rolls a natural 20.
Oh God. If he dies while I'm controlling him.
I said it's like, hey man, okay, like I can bring you along, and Or this is what I said. Okay, so there's just running a great clean game where everyone has fun and your character doesn't die while you're away, and there's also like the game where like makes a little bit of narrative sense where your character comes along when he probably is invested in it. He's like, "Oh, do the narrative thing." I'm like, "Your character might die." He's like, "Yeah, but it'll be something." So he told me that is it okay. So I'm gonna feel real bad if he does. I don't want to kill all of you.
Just in case, we love you, Travis.
So.
Yeah. We're just gonna become a brand new party in like 3 more sessions.
Does he have any bludgeoning or lightning resistances or anything?
Not as far as I can see.
Okay, he takes 29 points of damage.
Ow. Yeah, he's unconscious.
Okay, so they smack the hell out of him.
I'm running through all this to see if he's got anything he can do, but I'm not seeing shit.
Cool. And then they land, those 3 that smack, they're in the air, smack them, and then they fall down on the ground, 3 point.
But Samathes is still up.
Super anime. Yeah. Yeah.
So he doesn't fall.
Okay, cool.
And when they appeared, I mean, it's not going to stop them, but my trigger would have gone for magic missile.
Okay, well, there are a few more that can act. Do you want to go for these? Or we'll just say, like... Yeah.
That's like the first ones I saw show up.
That's true. All right. So, magic missile.
So they each take 3 force damage.
Okay. All right. So, let me keep track of this. Alrighty, righty. All right, and the ones that you hit, one of them is a dwarf with orange hair. The other is a lizard folk with yellow scales and red frills. Another one is a human with wiry black hair done up in a ponytail. And it's real pretentious. All right. Ugh. All right, so, and then 3 more show up. And I'm going to say that they kind of form a defensive perimeter around the 3 that just landed, and they pop up in front of them. And I'm going to say they're going to those 2 near there. I guess Sima and Gwen. 2 go for Gwen, 1 for Sima. So here is the first. Oh my god! Natural 20.
Ugh.
And a 15?
15 misses me.
Okay, and then this is for Sima.
I want to use
23 to hit.
I was gonna. Can I do a thing? I have a
Yes,
reaction.
Right.
I want to use. Is he within 30 feet of me? The one attacking Sima.
Yeah.
I want to use my blood maledict. Blood curse of the eyeless. So then enemy within 30 feet. Oh wait, yeah. When an enemy within 30 feet makes a weapon attack, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage. I can amplify it, and the triggering attack can be targeting another creature. So I want to amplify it, meaning I take a tiny little d4 of damage and give him disadvantage against Sima.
Okay. I will roll again. I rolled the exact same. I rolled a 23.
Is he one of the ones affected by Bane or no?
No, these are 3
Dang
freshies.
it.
Sorry,
Dang
I
it.
tried.
Thank you, you're
But
great.
I will. So because I rolled twice, I did see 2 different damage rolls. I will give you the lesser of the 2.
Aw, shucks.
So first for Gwen, you take any resistances, immunities?
Yes, I'm resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical, non-silver weapons.
Okay.
I rolled.
No, I'm just trying to think if this is technically magical or not. I'm gonna put a flag in the ground and say it's not magical. So
Nice.
So what you would have taken was 24 points of damage, but instead you will take 15 points of damage.
Talking, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Gwen.
Me.
Okay, great.
You
Yep.
And take 10 points of damage.
Yowza, that one hurt him.
Okay. And that's all. That's all of them.
Whew.
So that'll bring us to...
Ouch.
Gosh, I can't minimize that. That'll bring us to Gwen.
Okay. This hasn't come up until right now. I also have this thing called Bloodlust, meaning at the start of my turn, if I took any damage since the beginning of my last turn, I have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Great.
So
Great.
I have less than half my HP left, so it's a DC 15.
So even in hybrid form?
It's only in hybrid form.
Oh.
It's a hybrid form thing. So I'm gonna do that. And then I guess I'll tell you guys what happens. So
Don't do
I
it!
super failed because I rolled a 13. So I move directly
super fail.
towards the creature nearest to me and attack it.
All right. Do it.
Is it one of them? Is it one of them?
Yeah, it's one of them.
It's-
Okay.
As long as it's not one of my friends.
It's not one of your friends.
Okay, so I have to
Boy.
use my turn to uncontrollably move towards whichever one of them is nearest to me and
Okay.
attack him with my claws. So that worked out.
Tear him
Alright.
apart! Like a Skyrim werewolf. Just roar!
Ah!
All right. So one of the people that are right in front of you has a blue skin and blonde mohawk, and the other one is an elf with a blonde mustache. Is my notes.
I go
Perfect.
after the one with the mustache, probably.
Okay.
Get him!
I'm
Definitely
enraged by mustaches.
All right.
So I attack him with
Especially
my
blonde
balls.
ones.
That's a 13.
That is not a hit.
You are inspired.
I'm gonna do it. It's a D6.
Yep.
Do-do-do.
Don't. 16?
16?
Yeah!
Oh man! Thanks, Simma.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so he takes 10 slashing damage plus 3 cold damage.
Yeah. Ouch.
Rip him a new one.
He is bleeding profusely.
Great.
And so Bloodlust, I use the attack action and my turn immediately ends, and then I regain control of my own brain.
All right. Well done. That's going to bring us to Rosh.
Oh man, I'm so. There are 8 of these guys out here.
7.
7.
7.
Oh man. All right. I feel like I gotta do damage. I want to help Bolster, but he's just gonna go right back down if I don't try to hurt some people. I'm gonna go try to do my Channel Divinity again to use my Radiance of the Dawn. So I'm gonna basically run up so that all of them can be within 30 feet of me if possible.
Yeah, the ones you can see, you can do that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna explode,
Oh my god, this is gonna be nasty.
or I'm gonna roll 2 ones.
Am
but
I in
we'll
that?
see.
Uh,
Everyone would probably be in. It doesn't hurt anybody that's not.
Yeah, he
Oh,
gets a-
okay. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not friends.
All of you. Everyone else just feels a warm glow while
Was
everyone.
that, was that con save? What was it?
Let me go ahead and look at Constitution save. Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, I'm just going down the line. Oh my god. Is it half damage if they succeed?
Yes, half damage, and I rolled 17 damage.
Almost all of them succeeded, unfortunately.
Damn.
2 fail, but 2 fail, but 5 succeed.
Okay.
So, oh god, okay. So much mathing. All right, so what's 9, I guess. We'll do 9 for the halves. So, describe the flame and fury as I'm doing all this.
Doing all the math. I think Rosh just runs right up, puts themselves right between everyone, and again grabs their holy symbol, and there's just that like wave of fire that expands out from them, but doesn't burn anyone. who is not a non-believer in Rosh's eyes. In Rosh's eyes.
I was like, does Rash even believe that's a believer, or
It's
a close thing?
metaphorical.
Oh, okay.
It's a metaphor, Sima.
It really is a metaphor this time. Good thing.
All right, so Mustache Boy is hanging on by a thread. His mustache has actually been burned off at this point. There's several look very close to death's door, but all of them are currently stained.
Okay. And then what I'm going to do is just in any way that I can put myself between them and Bolster.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Gee, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
I can you just do the math for that really quick? What is that, like 5 times 9 and then like 2 times 17?
So 45 plus 34. So 79.
9. And that's
Yeah.
just some player's handbook stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That is
Okay.
raw as fuck.
All right. Tom. Oh, did you have anything else you could do? on your turn?
No, because I'm still maintaining my concentration on Shield of Faith.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. Crystal.
Okay, first thing I'm doing is using my Hone the Blade ability for my Soul Knife, so I get a +1 to my attack and my damage rolls while I'm using them.
Nice.
Then, because I believe this is a closer, I am going to walk up to where Simit is and attack the one that is currently attacking her.
Okay.
Definitely thought it was gonna end with him just stabbing me right through.
Oh
So
yeah,
sure.
just
She insulted my ship twice. Just die.
I need to get the right window open because I was looking at things. That is only a 10 to hit though.
Unfortunately, it misses as they're reeling back from this celestial fire. One manages to notice you right as you come in through this kind of smoke and flame, and you stab through nothing as it kind of scoots to the side.
Do I want my second attack or should I be sensible? I'm going to be sensible and use my bonus action to parry with my Soul Knife, which gives me an extra +2 to my AC, so it's currently 19.
Okay.
Psionics, man.
All right. Fair enough. Cool. That's going to bring us to Bolster. Bolster, Can we get a little death save throwy?
Okay. Can Samathy still do something when Bolster's out, or does Samathy?
God, I don't think
out?
so.
Okay.
I didn't bother to learn that, but I think it only responds to his commands.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it will just follow whatever the last thing he told it was. So probably
Okay.
just hold position there.
All right. That's fine. Death save. Come on. That's a fail.
These feels, I know them. I know them.
So Bolster, his wilted whiskers as it kind of leans back into his chair, slinks a little closer to death's door, which will bring us to Sima.
All right, so mustache guy, is he within a certain amount of feet of me? A certain amount, which I will tell you is
Within 30 feet. He's within 30 feet.
great. You just need to be within 60. So he's the one that's hanging on by a thread, right?
There are at least two or three seem to be hanging.
I'm going after the mustache guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna viciously mock him, and I'm going to say, my great aunt Jennifer ate a whole box of candy every day of her life. She lived to be 102, and when she'd been dead 3 days, she looked better than you do now.
Oh.
Please fail.
All
Please
right.
fail. Anything? Anything? Anything?
He rolls a 22.
No! No, he doesn't. Was he baned? Was he one of the ones that was baned?
No, he wasn't.
Dang. Well,
He's like, oh man, your insult was long-winded. Is what he
come on. I had a good punchline. And then what have I got? What have I got?
Is there no half damage on a?
Nope, it's a cantrip, yo.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, and I'm going to, where is it? I'm going to healing word bolster and say, warriors feel pain and fear, but they never show it. And he's going to totally come back to life with 8 hit points. Yo!
All right, this kind of, what does your magic look like?
I feel like I just say I drop some sick beats, some sweet rhymes, some sweet wisdom, and it's just like a heat ripple in the air.
Okay. Yeah, just like this, like the air ripples around Samathes, around the top, and then you see just above like the lip of Samathes, like where like the seat is, you see a little paw raise up and grab the edge as Bolster pulls himself back up. All right, I'll bring us to Vincent.
Oh, Sean, you were muted.
I know. I was saying I had a terrible nightmare that no one in this party knew the healing word spell, and
My bard, yo, I got you.
our cleric was the worst.
Yeah. So there's still 8 gridwalkers up and about. Yeah.
7 that you see.
7 that I see. Okay. I'm just trying to. Positioning is difficult because theater of the mind. Okay.
They're all pretty much in a melee that's roughly like 45 feet around. All the.
Can I have like just after that just like sprinted 30 feet to one side to like make it more difficult for the railgun to train on my location?
Yeah, you will get some attacks of opportunity if you try to.
Oh, they're in melee with me. How many?
There's at least there's only one that's in melee with you at the present moment.
Well, I'll stand right here.
Okay. All right.
Sorry for interrupting.
If I were to attempt to position myself to have as many of the bad guys as possible within 10 feet of me, could I accomplish that? And then how many of my friends would also be within said 10 feet? And can I get there in my 30 feet of movement?
So
Crazy position.
I think you can peel off. So there's a group that are that landed just below Bolster, the ones that attacked him, that aren't really engaged with Sima and Gwen. And that you could probably go towards that side on the left side and like engage those 3 without injuring anybody. You wanted to get 5, you would also endanger Sima and Rosh.
Okay, I'll just start with the 3 that won't endanger any of my allies.
Okay.
And once I get close enough to them within 10 feet, I just start to glow. It's not a nice glow like Rosh's is. Where do I have this? So I think with the rounding, that's actually 2 damage.
Okay.
But so
what happens?
So visually, Vincent essentially goes Super Saiyan, like his normally dark hair starts glowing and gets all floaty, and now it's just every creature around me, including me, just starts taking half my level in radiant damage every turn.
Okay. All right. You probably have resistance to it, though, do you?
I do.
All right. So make a note of that.
Yep. Yes, Sima. So yeah, those 3 will take 2 damage, and I take 1 damage.
All right, you burn the 3 around you with this brilliant radiance that, like, ultraviolet madness is going on over here. Jeez, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so that's my action, but then in the future, once I'm able to do damage, I just get bonus radiant damage if I land a hit.
Okay. Any bonus actions?
I don't think so. Nope.
Okay. All right. So that's going to bring us to the Gridwalkers. Unfortunately, all of them still standing. So here we go for round 2. after Rosh, what you just did, 3 of them are going to peel off and come towards you. And one rolled okay.
I'm gonna roll. I want to use my reaction to do the disadvantage warding flare.
The first one who rolled a 15.
Okay.
So I'll roll again for them. 14.
Okay, misses either way.
All right, so 14, 8, and 10 are the rolls.
All miss.
They're all burned up too badly, I guess. That'll bring us. One is going to take a swing at Vincent. 16 to hit.
That hits.
You take 12 points of damage. If you 8 points of it bludgeoning and 4 lightning. As this kind of electrified club slams into you. And I lost track of. Well, actually, the 3 that attacked you were baned. I didn't even take into consideration that they were going to miss anyway. But yeah, I didn't forget. Or 2 of them are baned. I didn't forget. Okay, so that's going to bring us to. There's 3 more. One of them's going to go for Gwen. 2 of them are going to go for Gwen because you're the scariest.
Rawr.
Rawr.
I mean, yeah.
So 14
Nope.
and a 22.
That hits me.
Okay, you're going to take 6 points of bludgeoning and 9 points of lightning damage.
Okay, I'm resistant to bludgeoning.
All right, so you're going to take a total of 12 points of damage.
Okay, still up, guys.
Whoa, nice.
Not doing
Okay.
great, but still up.
All right, and one's going to take a swing at Crystallum, actually.
Brilliant.
And rolls a natural 1. And so you're going to take his baton and slams it up against your chest, and his baton just shatters. And the lightning that was coursing into it just kind of like recourses back into him. And yeah, we're gonna say he takes a little damage. Roll me a D6, please.
D what? Sorry.
D6, please.
2.
He's not dead. He's still up. But yeah, you deal 2 points of lightning damage.
How funny would that have been?
That would have been pretty great. All right, so that's all of them. Actually, no, it's not. There's an 8th. There's an 8th. So what I'm going to need, gosh, I think now that everyone's engaged, this one's going to reconsider, and they're going to
gun through his friends.
I know, that's what I thought about doing that. But I think this one doesn't want to do that for reasons like I can't talk about. But you see the railgun that was training on you, kind of like try to acquire a target, then just kind of, and then you don't see what else happens for the moment. Okay, that's going to bring us to Gwen.
Okay, I took damage, so I have to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 15. Wow, that's a 9. So I don't. So I move towards whichever
She's
one
so
is
mad.
closest to me, which better be Mustache.
I think it's Mustache.
It's-
Mustache has been burned off.
Mustache gets the full feral rage,
Okay.
hopefully. And I attack him, and I roll a 16.
And that is a hit.
And I screwed this up last time because I have so many things on my sheet. But so, my damage, I also get to add, I have Feral Might, so I get to add my proficiency bonus, half my proficiency bonus, which is 1 more damage.
Okay.
So he takes 6 slashing damage, plus 1, so 7.
Awesome.
And
you shred
then 1
through
whole
his
cold
last
damage.
HP.
Can I freeze his mustache with my
It's been
cold
burned
damage?
off. It's been burned off with Rosh's little thing.
Even better. It's fine. I hated
Cold
it.
and then
You
just, like,
freeze
punch
on a new moustache.
it, and then punch it and
I
break
give him an
it.
ice mustache.
Yes, okay, perfect. As you bury your rapier into his mouth and kind of your hands right there, kind of like this ice gathers around his lips. this little ice goatee.
He just
And he
claw his
falls.
face.
Dirt.
Amazing.
Oh, well
And
done.
then I regain control of my emotions again.
Awesome.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
It was just so satisfying to kill that guy.
It was.
Right? Rosh.
All right, we're all still pretty like clumped together. There's not like an area of effect ability right now would most certainly get every people I care about at this point.
Depends on how
Aw, you
like
care.
I was considering using Burning Hands, so it's like a 15-foot cone, but I can recon.
You can peel off 2 people without getting your friends.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay.
If I can get 2 of them, then I will use my reach to the blaze to cast Burning Hands.
Awesome. So is that a saving throw?
Yes, as a dexterity saving throw, and the DC is actually 1 higher because it's based off my Constitution instead of my Wisdom.
All right. Well, 1 natural 20s, but the other one fails.
Okay, so they take half damage on it, so that's 8 fire damage,
Okay.
and then 4 for the other one.
Well, that's very lucky. Not for these ones. The human with the wiry black hair is burned to a crisp as he doesn't see the frosty of your attack, but the lizard with the yellow scales and red frills, which I will continue to remind you, he takes 4 points of fire damage, reeling back, but he is bleeding badly. But some of his wounds cauterized, I guess, a little bit, but he's looking pretty messed up. Actually, all of them are looking messed up. Anything else you can do?
Nope, that is all I got.
Crystalline, buddy.
There's a dude in front of me not looking too good.
There sure is.
Haha. 25.
That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. You bury this. Ooh.
He takes 9 points of psychic damage.
All right. And what does it look like? You said they come out of your knuckles? Are they like
Yeah.
Wolverine claws a little bit, or are they kind of like Psylocke? Like the whole thing is like a.
Yeah, it's sort of like a small blade-ish.
Okay.
A small blade from the knuckles.
So you just you kind of spin around, whirling on this one with the blue skin and blonde mohawk, and you just bury it straight in their forehead, and they scream out in psychic horror, and then crumple in a heap before you. Kind of
Would you say it was
steam coming out of their eyes.
Existential horror? Like, mortal
They
dread.
are dead. Well done. So that's
Then can I use my 30 feet of movement to catch up to where Gwen is with 1 other, I believe?
Gwen has 2 around her. Actually, no, you killed 1. You just killed 1, actually. That was
Yeah,
kind of-
Mustache is super dead.
Yeah, no, Gwen is pretty cleared up at the moment. Sima, Rosh, and Vincent are the ones that have more around them.
I'm with Simmer, so I will carry on helping her then. This time I will use my bonus action to make another attack on the next nearest dude.
Okay, cool.
So, Soul Knife! Haha! That is only a 14.
Unfortunately, that misses. As you go for the orange-haired dwarf, he ducks under your blow. Quite nimble. More nimble than you would expect. Which will bring
Okay.
us-
I do not have my parry this round, so my AC is 17 again, and that's my turn.
Okay. Bolster.
All right, is anyone within melee of bolster right now?
How high did he fly? I kind of thought. I mean.
Yeah, he was like I assumed like 15 or 20 feet up. I just didn't know.
Yeah,
if
he
he
could
like
fly. Yeah, Samothy's
Okay.
flying down there.
okay, I didn't know Samothy's kind of went wah, 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 wah.
I think I think that's what the sound was. I can't remember.
Okay, well, Samothy's is going to Bolster's going to have Samothy's take a shot first, so
Okay.
he's going to take a hot shot at So Gwen's cleared up. I guess he'll take one of the ones that's looking pretty bad right now.
All right. There is one that's looking last. Well, I'll just be playing. 3 or sub 10.
Okay.
and one is more than that.
He's taking a shot at one of the sub 10 ones. I mean, it would be
Okay.
his choice and doesn't really.
Save me.
Let's see.
Don't worry, I got you.
That's a 16 to hit,
That
though.
is a hit.
Is it the one by me or?
2 damage.
Well, you're in luck, friend, because this one has 2 HP.
Pick the right one.
As you take out the which one was this one? This one was the one with shaved head and a goatee, like a skinny Nappa. And he dead.
Kill
And
him.
then Bolster's going to hand crossbow the other one. He's out of spell slot, so he can't heal himself.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's gonna hand crossbow one of the others. It's gonna be a 9. So
It
no,
goes wide.
and that's all she wrote.
All right. That's going to bring us to Sima.
How's this guy next to me looking? Like, how's he looking?
Actually, all the ones next to you all dead.
All of the ones next to me?
Was the lizard folk next to you? I don't
I
think
don't
you
heckin' remember.
Yeah, I think the lizard folk was closer to like Rosh and
Wait, so Chris like saved me already. Like I'm good to go.
honestly, you and the 3 of you are actually really clear. They're just around Vincent and Rosh right now.
But wait, what did the lizard folk look like again?
Oh, he has yellow scales and red frills.
It's looking pretty fly. So, just quick glance.
For a
Vincent
white
looks
guy.
awful
A yellow scaled guy
shiny
with
over
red
there.
frills.
Yes, it's 10 feet of bright light and an additional 10 feet of dim light just
That's-
coming out of me.
That's super shiny. I think he's got that. How's the guy next to Rosh looking? Is it one guy next to Rosh?
There's 3 left. 3 kind of all in that area.
Are they within like 5 feet of each other ish?
Not 5 feet, but yeah, within like they're all.
Could I
kind of-
position myself that they're within 5 feet of me?
Sure.
Excellent. So I'm gonna do a quick little flourish with my rapier, and I'm gonna run in there and try and hit somebody with it.
Just don't get within 10 feet of me.
How's a 23?
23.
And I'm gonna make that a slashing flourish
Okay.
and hit everyone else around that guy for 1 damage.
All right. We'll roll that damage, please.
I did. It's 1 damage.
But the first damage for the.
Oh,
actual-
right. That's right. You know. Thank you. That's a 9.
9. Yeah, you killed one. You
Sweet.
killed one with your sword blade.
With my sword.
Yeah. You injure. You killed the dwarf. The
Excellent.
orange-haired dwarf, and he did with your rapier.
Stabbed him right through the neck, like
And it
into the rib
goes
cage.
through and lightly pokes yellow scared lizard folk with the red frills.
So I just like basically just spin around and slash everybody gently for gentle 1 damage.
So there's one that we haven't mentioned. There's an elf with kind of braided hair in here. Like she's around too.
Oh,
She's taken the least damage of.
did I give her a little nick? A little.
No,
a little-
she's not that close.
Oh, she's not so close. Okay.
No,
Well-
she is being careful.
Yes. Well, I still have a bonus action. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. After that, after I super flourishly slash these people, I'm gonna look over at Gwen and say, "Pain is the body's way of telling you that you've pushed yourself to your limits, which is exactly where you want to be." And I'm gonna healing word her
Okay.
for a big 5 hit points.
Big 5 hit points.
That's
This brings us to
great.
Vincent.
Okay, so there's yellow scales with red frills in front of me, and then the elf with the braids are still within my radiant nova, which that damage happens at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
And then those are the only ones we see currently.
It's the only one you see currently.
Okay, so which one of them hit me with the big shocky stick?
I'd say the lizard folk with yellow scales and red frills.
Okay, so let's see. I guess that means he's technically in melee, but
Yeah.
magic missile doesn't need an attack roll, it just happens.
It just happened.
So I'm gonna cast another magic missile, and let's see, I'm gonna send two.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna send 2 of them at yellow scales and red frills, and 1 at the elf lady. And
Okay.
then because of the radiant consumption that's currently happening, I'm just going to add the 3 extra radiant damage to Elf Lady.
Okay.
So, boop, boop, boop. 5, so that's 10 force damage to Yellow Scales, Red Frills, and 5 force plus 3 radiant to Elf Lady.
Okay. Whew. All right. She is. Yep.
And then that will be the end of my turn, so then they take an additional 2 radiant again.
All right. Excellent. So, 2 of the your 2 magic missiles slam into Lizard Folk with Yellow Scales and Red Frills. One hitting at the top of his head, the other the bottom of the neck at different angles. The force damage is cracking his head, and he falls down limp. And another one swings off and slams into the elf with the braided hair. And right at that moment, as this celestial fire is burning in you, you feel a surge beginning to overtake you as you.
All right. 1d100.
You've never let yourself go this far before, or in a long time.
That's a 73.
Okay. Just a second. 73.
What is
And
this?
we're all healed to max, right?
Okay. So, I need you to roll a. Let's see.
Oh no.
27?
Oh no.
How much?
Just like a 1d7. Do 1d7.
Yep. Because this is roll 20 and we can roll whatever kind of dice we
Yeah.
want. 1d7. Come on. That's a 5.
Okay. This you feel within you this arcane surge begin to come, and you try to keep it down, but you can't. And it's almost like with your mind you're trying to grab something, but it slips out of your grasp, and this sickly energy launches out from you and strikes Sima.
Yep.
And Sima, you feel this sickening feeling take over you as you become poisoned.
Oh. So
Should
I've
I
got
roll
like
the 1d4 or should you?
got like a blood.
Let her roll it.
Got like
roll
blood on my
1d4.
nose. My teeth are kind of bloody.
You
Looking
throw
awful
up.
bruised.
You throw up immediately.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Roll me a 1d4.
Which is exactly where you want to put. Did I roll it? It didn't.
I
It
didn't
didn't
see
roll.
it. Okay.
There it is.
Two. That's a 3. I'm sorry, that was a 1d3. I missed. Let me try again. If it's
Okay.
a 4, I'm gonna be real upset. Well,
All right. You got that little gunky stum.
ugh.
Yep.
What was that?
Okay.
Ugh.
All right. So that's gonna bring us into Vincent's turn. Bring us to the Gridwalkers. Quite quickly, everyone around her has died. The one with the braids kind of looks around, panics. Just as a hatch on the top of the spaceship pops open, and out steps a massive form as an ogre lifts himself up from the spaceship, pulls out a massive Gatling gun and trains it down on all of you, and begins to open fire. But we'll handle that next week or next session. Unless you want to finish that, it's past. It's late, so I think we'll stop there. No. I don't want you to have to say that. I'll say so. We're done. That's it. Okay. We'll come back in 2 weeks. Thank you for Wildspace, and check us out our other games and stuff, and we'll see how this turns out for everybody. See how they figure out this Gridwalker puzzle.
The Gridwalker puzzle.
But yeah, thank you everybody. That's it. Ahoy, ahoy, ahoy! Have a good night.
Okay.